about Din's Pearl before we actually start.
Oh man, where to start about Din's Pearl? What a legendary category for a legendary game.
I heard it's gonna be the next Olympic Games. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be close, that's for sure. What? Yeah, so Din's Pearl is actually a pretty cool category for Wind Waker because it actually, if you do all of the strats with like tuners and storage and all that, it pretty much shows off a lot of the major glitches that you do in an entire Wind Waker run, but in, you know, a fifth of the time.
Yeah, so before we start, I just want to give a shout out to the OOT run with a homage to that really quick.
Oh yeah.
Let's get it.
So,
oh no, I don't have a can. I'm in a dorm.
Guys, we're actually starting now, so stream should be, or race should be starting in a second. And have fun, everyone. And
Right.
go.
Right.
Here we go. Have fun,
Alright.
guys.
Alright.
And we're off.
Yep. So if anybody watched the HD run yesterday, you're gonna notice some things that are kind of similar, but the first thing you're gonna notice is we have a 5-minute movie just so you guys can get the lore before the run starts, so you guys can soak in all the lore before you see the most amazing race of your lives.
Not only that, but if they're not doing the manual swim, it's more like a 30-minute opening movie, and you get to Dragon Roost Cavern.
So yeah, one of the big differences between HD and SD is pause time. So the manual swim not only has this 5-minute cutscene at the start, but the pauses are also not slightly, but they're slower than HD as well, so it makes pausing a lot more fun, so should be good.
Yeah, since the category is so short, everyone's probably going to be really close. So it's actually going to be really cool to see who's going to actually win, because it's actually so close.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of stuff to mess up unless you're doing manual swim, which I guess we can explain once it actually gets to the screen.
Yeah, for sure. Manual swim can definitely make the difference by a long shot in this category. And not too many people are able to do it in SD, so it'll be interesting if anybody goes for it.
Yeah. Like Demon and Drog, I think. The only people that are going to go for it. It's fun to see Din's Pearl in like a wide thing. Din's Pearl used to be raced all the time, way back.
It was a really popular racing community with the Japanese community for some reason. I just like Din's Pearl, I guess.
No, I used to run race Din's Pearl with a bunch of people on SRL for that sweet free SRL points.
Nice.
Those are the good leaderboards. There have been a lot of interesting categories for races like Aurora's Pearl. There's always Master Sword. Yeah. I used to do my actually first race or run in general was a Super Swimless Master Sword race. So
nice.
That was fun.
Only good categories are raced in this game, I guess.
Yeah, no. I mean, if any percent has ever raced, everyone's gonna forfeit.
Yeah. Also, this is on the main leaderboards for Wind Waker, so it's obviously the most competitive category there is.
Absolutely. Alright, we're getting close to the end of this initial cutscene here.
Yeah.
Got 2 more minutes until we actually get to move.
One thing I'll go ahead and just talk about is the game's actually in Japanese, which is different than HD, because the text is actually fastest in Japanese, and there's a few version differences. There's only one that really makes a difference, and that's only if you don't do the manual swim, which I'll explain when the runners get to that point. And yeah, there's some cool tricks throughout this as well, so it should be interesting.
No, this can't be in Chinese. It's not on the cheat machine yet.
So I guess I'll go ahead and explain the manual swim.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So what I think Trog's going for it, Demon might as well. What they're going to try to be doing is they're going to jump into the water and they're going to be pausing a whole lot. So that's always fun. There's no pause in this version, unfortunately, but what they're trying to do is whenever Link turns around in the water, he actually loses 3 speed. And that's on the first frame. On the second frame, he actually gains 3 speed. So the idea is to turn around every single possible frame, and it's optimally you can do it 200 times and have the proper amount of speed, but it's normally more like 250, and we're trying to get to -600 speed in order to do something called the auto charge, which is where you can hold directly up under the analog stick while in the water, and Link will turn back and forth every single frame for you, so you don't have to pause and move the analog stick at all. So was recently found in the HD version, and then it was obviously identical in the SD version, so it was caught on too. But I think most of the runners aren't doing the manual swim anyway, so you get to see Grandma.
Demon, Trog just side hopped up and go into this little corner out here by the bridge, and that's because you can actually get just air refill right here while in the water without actually like going up. So you actually have that time to swim back and forth without drowning.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we wouldn't have enough air to be able to make it to the auto charge and swim all the way. Because the idea is to get from Outset to Dragon Roost to skip the intro sequence. So the top 2 runners are doing the manual swim and the bottom 2 are not, so you get to see Grandma.
Quickly, guys, if you're not spamming the chat with pauser right now, you're doing it wrong. Just saying.
He's got a point.
Yeah, so they're gonna be pausing for about until 9 minutes on the clock. 9 minutes 30 about. So if they get it right, then that'll be fun. But in the meantime, there's cutscenes to be watched. Welcome to Wind Waker.
Yep, that's this run now. This game. So when they're doing the manual swim, it's actually, if they're like a frame or 2 late, they're actually going to gain speed technically, but it's losing speed. It's kind of hard to explain because Link is gaining negative speed here when they're doing this, which is pretty much just backwards speed. It's not negative per se, but so it's really kind of weird to explain. But the second frame he's gaining positive speed. The first frame he's gaining negative speed, so it cancels each other out if you pause, or if you pause after 2 frames, then you start losing speed. So.
And unfortunately, Gymnast got a little bit of the arrow wave. If she waves during that cutscene, you actually lose 2 seconds about. So unfortunately, Jim lost some time there.
Yeah, and the reason why that happens is because it's part of her animation cycle, so it's just unfortunate.
A little funny thing about the game. Nothing you can really do.
So now we're getting the telescope, which is the best item in the game.
Yeah, it's usually, I mean, like the manual super swimming, like we've known about it since like years and years and years and years, but it was just the finally, for some reason, the holding up, the just giving you speed, like it was just so random, and it's like, oh, I guess we can do this now.
By the
so
way,
it's
guys,
like, we've been knowing about this for years.
By the way, guys, just saying, yes, I chose Demon's audio on purpose so you can enjoy the full pause app experience. I could have chosen a different audio. I went with Demon. Just saying again,
that's what I want.
Guys, we only have 80 minutes left, roughly 80 minutes, more like 70, to meet the Ocarina of Time 80% race incentive. We still need $230 for that. So please put us above 2K. This can be a group effort. Just Please, you want to see this. You really want to. So make it happen. I'm sure you won't regret it.
Alright, so Gymnast and Midnight here are going into Orca. And there's actually quite a few cool strats that you actually do to speed up that Taxi tells you to do. And you'll see like quick spins being done on like Orca and these things like that. And that's actually because he's not actually quick spinning, he's just holding back on the control stick on his like final hit. And it's actually just faster, or else he does like a full spinny jump the air combo. As well as
Chris's stream just did something weird.
That's not good. When Orca wants you to do a jump slash, like right now on Gymnast's side, you can get a quick parry. So let's see if he actually gets it. And he did. So yeah, you have a couple frames as soon as he like tells you to jump slash. If you jump slash in like I think it's like a 2-frame window, he'll just automatically try to make you do that parry again right after you finish the first one. Whereas regularly you have to wait for him to like cycle through a couple seconds.
Also, Demon's going for the up charge here. This is what I was talking about, where you hold up and yep, and he got it too, which is really impressive. So this manual swim saves around 20 minutes. It's kind of crazy because you skip the entire intro sequence. So what he's going to be doing is just heading straight to Dragon Roost. I missed that air refill, nice.
Oh, okay, he's good.
That was clutch.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, drowning in this game, especially for a manual swim, 10 minutes. Just charging, if you drown, that's awful.
Also Trog got the auto charge as well.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. This is...
Yeah.
Oof. He's going. Oh, there's another thing when you're actually swimming. It's called the West Swim. You pretty much hold down S position, just slightly out of the... Oh! I think that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Another thing about this swim is that there's actually submarines around the island and they load really fast. So if you happen to get unlucky and get very close to one, you can hit it and lose all of your speed, which sucks. And also, what happened, Demon? Yeah, that's not bad. It's fine. The thing when you do outside escape, whenever you drown in a quadrant, you're gonna respawn in that quadrant. And since he drowned in the Dragon Roost quadrant, he can just swim into the trigger for the King of Redlines cutscene.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you made it in the quadrant. I'm like, please, oh god, just let him drown. Jersey in the background. Yeah, so now they have the Wind Waker. It's actually Demon and Trog are like synced somehow.
Oh yeah.
That's insane. So now they're the Wind Waker, now they're gonna do some crazy stuff. This opens up for storage, which is probably the most important glitch in this game that makes things crazy. Oh boy.
Yeah, something about storage is they're actually going to use it to do a super swim from here to a submarine to get a bottle to skip some cutscenes inside Dragon Roost and skip the whole medley trading sequence.
Where is Demon? Oh, they're going up here. Oh, we doing rock skip? Oh man.
Oh, he's not even going for the... Okay.
Yeah, so usually you have to bomb flowers or whatever to break that rock down so you can climb up, but you can just kind of jump on that rock, climb up, and get past it without needing to doing that. So it looks like they will be watching the delivery bag cutscene.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sick setup you can do with C up to get a consistent rock skip, We like to
rock
go
skip's
faster.
pretty easy to eyeball though.
Yeah, it's easy. There's no reason you should set it. But you can if you need it.
Yeah, of course. It's like Midnight's doing finishing up and getting the sword here.
No, they they swap names. Yeah, they swap names.
Nice.
Wait, now I'm confused. Who's where?
No, it's right.
God damn it,
It should be
Vixie!
right.
Vixie, god damn it! You can't confuse me like that! Jesus
On my
Christ.
stream, it's right. I know Demon splits.
Can I get a blame Vixie in chat, please? God damn it.
Come on. Alright, and Gymnast is about to leave Outset. But first he has to go say goodbye to Grandma. Sad.
Gotta get some Bible thumps in the chat.
But he's got to go get a pearl. So he doesn't need to save Hyrule or anything, he just wants some
the pearl,
accessories. He'll be back.
The one thing you notice about Trog and Demon doing the manual sim is they actually don't get the hero's clothes, so they're actually gonna go through and with the pajamas, which is very nice.
It's cool because you usually only used to be to do that in New Game Plus, which is unfortunately slower for the actual any % run of the game. So you wouldn't get to use your pajamas. But now you can.
Yeah.
So guys, since I'm pretty sure all of you want to see the confrontation between Demon and Truck, and nobody wants to miss that, I will actually keep Demon and Truck for now, and we'll show two different runners, which will be Devil and the Taskmaster. So we are doing a small switch here. And if I remember correctly, the Taskmaster's actually running on the Wind Waker HD. I'm not entirely sure, but
Nice.
It doesn't look like it, no.
No? It looks kinda squished.
It does look squished, but it's definitely not HD. It's way too washed.
HD SD.
HD, yeah. There you go.
Maybe it's HD and SD. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
He's not? Okay, then it's just squished forward everything.
Yeah, it's just squished. Alright, so, Devil just left, and so is the Taskmaster about to leave, and, they're going off to get the spoils bag into Forsaken's Fortress, which is a pretty cool place. There's a few little minor time saves you can do.
Yep. And then there's a Japanese-specific time save.
Ah, yes. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's... But... Okay, so... Demon and Trog are about to enter DRC once the wind cycle's right for Medley.
Yeah, and they're gonna do DRC swordless, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I have two quick donations to read. Isaiah, sorry, donated $5 and says, doing this for my boy Torchi. I agree. And Megahertz is back with another $20. This guy is blowing it out of the stadium. Doing shoutouts to all the runners, commentators, and hosts on a fun ZSR marathon so far. I kinda agree.
Yeah, man. What a fantastic host. This is honestly a fantastic marathon, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So something interesting about this rock here that Trog and Demon are at is that this rock can only be blown up with bomb flowers. Even if we got bombs early, it still would not be able to blow up this rock. It's just invincible to non-naturally grown bombs, I guess.
It's so dumb. But luckily in the 100% in the 100% run, you usually have a leaf here, so you don't need it anyway. You just kind of leaf over the gap.
Yeah.
So that's not really that much of a problem now. You used to have to go get a bottle, which actually everyone else is actually probably gonna be doing that route to go get the bottle, so they can do the delivery bag skip, and they don't.
Oh yeah, that's right. They can't do it because they don't have sword. It wouldn't be faster because they don't have sword.
That's a good question, Chris. Are you enraged? I just read that from the chat.
Entering DRC here. They're gonna be doing some things just to go through without a sword for when they're gonna be picking up a pot in this room and knocking the goblin down so they can pick up his weapon.
Yeah, fun that you can do that Demon just did. You can throw the stick, and it will still hit and light the torch because of the fire.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
see
if you
our
don't go
first
for
instance
that,
of sword
what are you
here.
doing, honestly?
Yeah.
It's actually funny to see them, because they don't have a sword, they have to make use of the resources very efficiently. So
Also,
many
Taskmaster
Oh.
fell off the rope.
Oh,
He's got to
yeah.
reset the
It actually is harder than it looks to do fast.
Oh, yeah. The
The
ropes in this game are awful.
Yeah. And especially sometimes, like, if your camera's not right and you have to reset your stick to neutral, and you try to, like, just hold the direction once you're off, it'll just kind of go off in the exact opposite direction of when you actually, like, land it off the rope. And it's a Japanese, like, specific thing. It's really weird.
Yeah. Also, what you saw Demon and Trug there do was our first
Taskmaster.
instance of storage. They climbed up a ledge and pulled out the Wind Waker to do a Wind Waker dive, and then canceled it on a certain frame. And that gives them a glitch called storage, which allows them to do stuff like store cutscenes, text, all kinds of stuff. And so what they did was get storage to store the cutscene and save some time there.
Yeah, so storage, yeah, you climb up, and I believe you have about 3 frames to actually pull out the Wind Waker, and then you have to cancel the Wind Waker 3 frames before you hit the ground. And that puts you in pretty much a state that's like, you're in a cutscene state, but you can move around. So when you interact with anything else that should switch your state, it just kind of like, it stores it, and it's supposed to got storage.
Yeah.
And so you can do crazy stuff.
Yeah. Also, I think that the runners not doing manual sim are probably going to get the Tingle Tuner in order to do a really cool zombie hover in DRC, but I don't know if they'll go for it or not.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
so
cool.
Demon just got chest storage, and this is one of the many uses of storage. So you store the chest opening animation, and when you actually open a chest, it squeezes down your hitbox to like a few pixels in your center, because the chest itself is just a big like rectangle of collision, and they make Link squeeze into that. So when you actually store the chest like that, you don't get canceled out of your collision detection. So you can pretty much just, it gives you some really weird properties that you can interact with the environment with. You'll see him
You can
climbing up
climb
walls
and stuff, yeah.
he like goes in walls. You can get out of bounds with it in some areas. Another weird
Yeah, it's how we
thing
skip the
is-
boss key in here.
Yeah, and you also just saw Trog fall down into the lava because he fell down. Another weird thing is you can't climb ledges while you have chest storage activated. But you can hang down from them. So that's why you saw him be able to hang down, but he couldn't climb up. It's just, you get a lot of weird properties with this.
So the other runners are entering Forsaken Fortress here. Devil didn't go for it, but you're actually able to side hop over that trigger, and it's a Japanese specific glitch, and it saves a decent amount of time.
Yeah, in the regular any percent run, you actually have to activate that trigger because it sets a flag for FF or for bombs in FF2.
Yeah, it advances the pirate ship state.
Yep. So you can't do it, but here it doesn't matter because we don't need to go back to it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird flags that you just like. Oh, Trog missed it again.
You see Demon just climbing Dragon Roost right now. It's pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so this is the tunerless route, which is usually slower, but since it's manual swim, that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah, because getting the tuner would require not beating Forsaken Fortress, but going to Windfall and saving Tingle.
You can't climb ledges, but you can climb mountains. Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Makes sense to me. Jim isn't one of the runners shown right now, just because there's a lot of people in this race, and he was earlier, and we're just kind of switching between some. But since Demon and Trog are doing like a completely different route, and they're probably gonna be done really soon, there's not really a whole lot of reason to not show them.
Also, where Devil is killing the Bokoblin, it's actually possible to damage down, jump slash down and land on a rock and die, and then zombie hover all the way up to the top and pick up a heart in order to skip getting the sword. It saves a decent amount of time, but it's not really RTA viable at all. Yeah, it's crazy.
You can see some of the tasks doing it in some runs. I can't remember which ones do it specifically, but if you want to see it done,
it has been done RTA before multiple times.
Yes. Alright, oh, Gymnast actually got caught by a Moblin and fell down into the water. What?
Oh man.
Wow, that's actually... I've never seen that before.
Also, what Devil did to the door before it switched, you can sidle against the wall and go up against the door, and the loading zone for that door sticks slightly out, so when you sidle against the wall, there, it actually will allow you to just enter it without opening the door, and it saves like a few seconds.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yes. Gymnast and Ivor City.
Oh, like actual? I think, Devil was?
Devil? Yeah, Devil was. Devil. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So, Demon here is actually doing something kind of interesting with this boss fight. I'm a little bit delayed. Did you get the storage on the stairs?
I'm not sure.
No, he didn't. It's actually possible for him to get storage on the stairs and then store this cutscene of the
He might get storage now, though, for the hookshot.
Yeah.
Which would be the exact same thing. Yeah, he's going. So, or not. I don't know.
The reason they're getting the grapple hook, by the way, is so that they can kill the boss.
Yeah.
And to cross the gap with lava.
Yeah, so this is weird. Demon gets storage here, and he just talks to Medley, but he then activates the text. And by doing it in this way, it actually skips a little cutscene, and you just automatically get the grapple hook once the cutscene, or the text finishes. It's kind of weird. Also, a thing that we didn't really explain here, because people at Forsaken Fortress, is the barrels. The Moblins actually are very weird here. So, in the first room, where people are kind of rolling around, there's two Moblins. If you take on and off a barrel, it kind of puts Link in a weird state where he's like invisible to the Moblins for a very short period of time. And in that period of time, you can just kind of roll past them without them catching you. So we have to do that twice.
Yeah, and that's actually only because the Moblin like freezes you when he sees you for the first time.
Yeah.
If they didn't do that like it is in HD, you can just roll past him.
Oh, yeah.
So now Demon is gonna go do the boss key skip. He's gonna enter Goma.
Who is winning? Demon is winning right now. So so because of chest storage, you can kind of roll up this weird collision, fall through, and just kind of jump into the back of the boss door. And skip the boss key entirely. There's only one boss key in this game that you actually are required to get, and it's the Tower of the Gods boss key. But it doesn't matter since you can't skip that boss key anyway, and it's literally right there in the way. So
I thought you were able to skip it with a fairy hover and then
I'm sure you're able to skip it, but there's a way probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw some video on it, I remember.
Yeah, but I mean, it's never like practical. It'll always be slower because of the boss key's right there.
Yeah, it's literally in the room right before, so. Also, isn't the world record for this category like 30 minutes? Didn't Trog get it like yesterday?
Yeah, I think so.
So Jim is getting thrown out here to the King of Red Lions.
You're gonna see a JP exclusive cutscene.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so the world record right now is 30:09 by Demon, but I think Trog beat it today and just hasn't been verified or something yet.
Not exclusive, no cutscene, my bad.
Oh yeah. For some reason, the developers are like, we probably should show Link being carried away in a boat. Or no, just like drowning in the water and just see a boat for no reason at all.
Yeah, so right here, you'll just see Jim just being thrown away, black screen, and then there's gonna be text on the screen. But in all other versions, you'll see Coral come up and be like, this is drowning, it's cool.
He also gets thrown like 2 quadrants and he survives. Because, you know, story and lore, of course.
Yeah, so Demon just killed Goma, and that's pretty much the end of the run. He didn't have a sword, he had to use the grapple hook over and over and over. But he did it. And it looks like he's gonna be the winner of this race.
Yep.
But there's still so many more people. Still so much more Din's Portal Wind Waker to go.
Is this world record?
No,
No, I don't think so. He's gonna be seconds off, yeah.
World record is 30:09, so he's
Yeah, it just ended.
actually 28 seconds off.
Close enough.
So congrats to Demon for winning this Din's Pro Race, the now annual grand Din's Pro Race we will do, and I will forget it next year, I promise. So GG to Demon. Since we have so many runners, we will actually move the guys over and let another guy join, which in this case is our dear Chris Midnight, who decided to let his cat take over his
his cat? Oh my gosh, did it turn off his Wii or something?
Yeah, his cat actually pressed his power button. So
Oh my god. That's amazing.
oh, also I messed up. I'm sorry. I wanted this guy. So
What
Alright.
you see Ever City doing here is he's like pulling the sail, and now this is called sail pumping. It speeds up. There's like a slight speed boost you get when you pull out the sail, so you can just like kind of time it so that he constantly gets that speed boost, and it saves like a few seconds.
Alright, so Gymnast is now free and Tingle here. This is going to give him the Tingle Tuner, and this is going to allow him to actually do a zombie hover. And that's going to be able to skip the delivery bag cutscene and getting the bottle entirely. Or no, not getting the bottle, I mean getting the medley bottle. My bad.
Yeah, unlike HD, Tingle is actually not required to be freed to get the sail. It's not. For some reason in HD they decided you need to free him, but in SD you don't. But you still get it anyway for a cool hover you can do in Dragon Roost, and you can skip the mailbag with it.
Yeah, and in the regular in your percent run, you need to free Tingle anyway, so it doesn't lose any time to actually get the tuner.
Yeah.
I always forget that you actually have to free him. I just want it for the tuner.
Yeah, you need him
he's
to
required.
decipher Triforce charts, which if barrier skip was in this game, then that wouldn't be required. Tingle wouldn't be required at all. Yeah, the manual sum is much harder in this version than HD because you can't see Link's position during the pause screen, and pausing is longer. All kinds of fun stuff. So Midnight picked up the pig, nice.
No driver, yeah. Jim did the manual super swim last night, but he did it in HD. And it's different in HD because the pause buffer is way easier and way more lenient in HD.
Yeah.
Alright, so now Jim's gonna be doing the sail pumping thing now that it's more explained. Now we can see him do it. It saves a little bit of time through each quadrant. I believe it's like 7 seconds per a quadrant or so. And it just adds up over the run, so. He's also going to be doing the rupee minigame for rupees, so he can use the Tingle Tuner items. Well, item in this case, I guess. He's going to be using the red ting, which can at any given moment heal yourself. So that's why he can do the zombie hover, which he'll need to die, and then heal himself while dead, so that he doesn't die when he touches the ground.
Congrats.
Yeah, and
you finished with
yeah,
34-1.
as well.
So
Oh, nice.
we will
Congrats,
swap him
Carl.
out as well. So
Alright.
now we have.
And once we get to the zombie hover, we'll
Yeah, explain
explain
that.
a little more. It's kind of weird to. It's a weird thing.
Yeah. It's a lot more useful in SD than it is in HD because of the tuner.
And even with the loading zones in HD, not being able to really make use
Yeah,
of
you
dying
can't enter a
and-
loading zone when dead, yeah.
And you see some people also doing a sail pump and they do a jump after it. It's pretty much the same thing. There's not really a whole much difference to it. You still get a little boost of speed when you... Because yeah, when you re-pull the sail, it gives you a tiny little boost. If you look closely at like the very front, you'll see the water like judder a little bit, and that's the little tiny boost of speed you get. So you can translate that into a jump, and it just looks cool.
Yeah. So this gives you an idea of how much manual sim actually saves, because River City is already here while the runners who did manual sim got here at like 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy. Although not required by any means.
Yeah.
Cuts out this whole part of the run, and you pretty much go straight to the Wind Waker. Because as soon as you get 2 Dragon Roosts and you get the Wind Waker, then the run becomes really, really fun and cool.
Yeah.
And
Also,
Emilio's
River
super
City-
set to there.
River City didn't swim to the sub 2, so
Oh, yeah, he's doing that.
they're going to be doing the bottle from Medley.
So guys,
Something about...
I'm starting one last attempt to save the Ocarina of Time 80% run.
Yes, please.
We're still missing 210 bucks. And we still have like 30 minutes left, I guess, if even. So please, I'm desperate. Don't let me down. I promise
You know you guys want to
I
see it.
promise to torture, and if the run doesn't happen, he will beat me up. I mean, come on, please. He's scary.
He really is. Look out. So, something interesting about Kamali, which is the person they're giving the letter to, is that his text in the first section is quick text, which means you can just smash through it and it's really fast. But if you accidentally talk to him again, he has slow text that lasts forever.
Don't remind
So,
me.
it's always fun.
I used to run English, jeez.
Oh my
The
god.
worst.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Alright, so now if you look at Midnight over here, he's getting storage with this rock. So the manual super swim, I mean you can do regular super swims here with the storage trick, but the manual super swim lets you do it without the Wind Waker. But with the Wind Waker, it is infinitely easier. All you have to do is hold up in a slight direction to the left or right, depending on which way the camera shifts. It's completely random with the Wind Waker. So you just kind of got to hold it. But as we were saying in the beginning, he gains kind of a backward speed. You'll notice he's going to be like pausing a little bit because he's trying to buffer to the right frame, but he's also trying to buffer to where Link's back is facing where he wants to go. And once it is, like right there, he'll release and it'll just start flying backwards. So that super swim doesn't take 10 minutes.
Right.
So
And again, the reason why he's doing this is to skip that letter stuff with Medley, because the whole reason we do that is to get the bottle to blow up the rock, but by doing this, they can get a different bottle that means they can skip all that stuff with Medley.
Yep.
So guys, who is on last place right now, actually?
Out of the 4 people here,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to say because Mid's doing a slightly different route, but it looks like Devil is last place.
Devil is last
Or no, sorry,
Taskmaster,
Taskmaster, not Devil. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, then I just want to make sure that everybody is seen finishing on stream, so I will swap out Taskmaster for now for Gymnast.
Sounds good.
And we'll
All
see
right.
how Gymnast is doing. I think he's ahead a bit. He should be ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's definitely. Although not of. That's okay. So Gymnast got the bottle. And so did Mid, and they're gonna be now super swimming back to Dragon Roost Cavern, and be doing a zombie hover to skip the delivery bag, and that
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
is a crazy trick.
Want me to go ahead and explain zombie hovering?
Sure. So so Gymnast right now, he's taking damage from these little things out of the ground, and that's so he can get to a quarter heart. So that he can just die automatically for... he's not going that low, I guess. But he wants to get down to a quarter heart regardless. So he can use the Tingle Bomb to kill himself. In the back where like the stones are, where you learn songs. And when you're dead on the ground, and you have your sword out, you have a couple frames to start a jump slash. And if you jump slash... in those couple of frames while you're dead, you'll move up just a little bit in the air and fall right back down to the ground and die. And that's all good and fun, but if you keep on repeatedly doing a mid-air jump slash by mashing the B button continuously while in the air, you'll just fly up into the air while completely dead, just gaining tiny bits of height each time you press the B button. And eventually, if you do it fast enough and long enough, you'll actually be able to reach heights that were previously unreachable, and that will allow us to skip a bunch of stuff. It's used quite a bit in the actual 90% run. And just to give you a perspective on how fast you actually have to mash, I believe just to maintain your own height, you have to mash 6 times per second on the B button. No, sorry, 9.
Yeah.
Just to maintain your height. So you have to mash faster than 9 times per second to gain height. And you don't have a lot of room to gain height in a short amount of time, so you have to mash even faster than that to get to your destination.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, you are able to pause it in case your like hands are hurting or whatever. So.
Yeah. You gotta use home menu.
Yeah.
Just saying 2 quick donations by Tourette, donating $30 towards, I hope, the secret game? No, actually not. Towards A Link to the Past file name, which is great, and Legend of Link, who said safety earn and donated $16 towards the secret game. I'm not sure we will meet this bid war or this incentive, because we are still like $200 off. But maybe it will come back tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe.
Please give us your money. We want to see OOT.
Give money. Support all 3D Zelda, please. All categories. Okay,
yeah,
so...
Mid's doing the zombie hover here.
Yep. Yeah, Gymnast and Mid are actually very close, so that's really cool. They... Oh no, Gymnast missed it!
Oh no.
Oh jeez. He activated the... So you... It's... Not only do you have to mash really fast, you also have to coordinate the Tingle Tuner as well. So you have to actually press the button to heal yourself while you're in the air, and you can't do it while the game is paused. And also, if the game is paused and the Tingle Tuner goes off, it won't heal you. So you have to do everything like real time without pausing, which, as you can imagine, is tough. So that's pretty much happened there. Gymnast just healed a little bit too early, and barely. Oh, is it hold L and mash B? No. When you're in the air, you only have to press the B button. But to start the hover, you have to hold L and press A to do a grounded jump slash.
Because, like, it's similar, like, you can side hop and jump slash out of the air, and you only have to press B there. And it's because when you're zombie hovering, it's canceling your jump slash state because it's trying to kill you. But since it tries to cancel, you're able to instantly jump slash again, so that's the reason why that works.
So Jim's gonna go for it again. He had a good, oh, never mind. No, so Yeah, mid and gymnast took 2 different angles. Depending on where you actually hover up here, it's easier or harder. And I believe gymnast is going for the easier one because since he runs HD, he doesn't really practice smashing that much.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's unfortunate. Gymnast just died. But on the bright side, mid is in Dragoner's Cavern after being burnt. That's okay. And hopefully we'll be able to see another zombie over here to skip half the dungeon.
Yeah.
And get to the door. I just seem to go for it again. So there's 2 really main methods to zombie hover. You either do single thumb mashing, where you just vibrate your arm on the B button solely, but I think the best way to do it, and the best way to learn it, is double thumb mashing, where you just use both of your thumbs to press the B button really fast. You know, like shake it in your hand. It's a lot less hard and you go a lot faster.
Yeah, another thing about zombie hovering is that jump slashing isn't the only way to start it. You can do something called a backflip hover, and instead of doing an initial jump slash, you can actually time a backflip, which is super, super precise. It's a lot harder than the normal jump slash, but it's another method of getting off the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. You can like push yourself off too, and it's like, as long as you're in the air, you can. As long as you jump slash in the air and you're not like falling backwards, then you can do it. And there's even some, I know Demon did it for a while, is it's also double thumb, but use your legs to vibrate your hands. You just like shake your leg, the Zelda method.
The real strats.
Yeah, it legitimately causes arm pain, the vibration method. It's,
Yeah.
Okay, so now we see mid doing the hover here. This is gonna take him up to, really close to the boss room, so it'll be really close to the grapple hook. Whoa.
Ever is going to be getting the grapple hook here. You didn't go for storage, but...
Yeah, it doesn't save that much time, but...
Yeah.
I think you can fail it like twice and it'll still save time. And...
I think it is twice.
Hey, look, Midnight got the hover, so... Nice. That hover is...
Also, rip the
good.
channel names on stream for some reason.
Interesting.
Yes, we have TWW community in the top left. He's a really good runner.
Fixed! Fixed! Fixed!
Fixed! Well, what do you mean problem? It's perfect the entire time. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
3 question marks.
Yeah, this is crazy too noise. Looks like Ivor's just gonna win here against the people doing tuner. Impressive, I must say.
Yeah.
But Gymnast is still trying to do the zombie hovers.
Yeah,
oh man. Oh, Gymnast. I believe. Yeah, I was super excited for this race. I thought like the super swimming to the bottle thing. I was thinking like, man, what's my route gonna be if I do this run? I'm thinking, I could super swim to the submarine, get the bottle. It's gonna be so sick. No one else is gonna do that. It used to be the old 100% route. And I checked the world record and I'm like, oh, oh, never mind. I'll just, I'm not showing anything.
I have $30 from Kyoko saying, go faster! Yeah,
Yes.
I agree.
Faster the better. Yeah. I can only imagine what Jim's hands and arms feel like right now.
So, People, press F if you are worried about gymnast hands. Chat.
Whatever's fighting in Goma, so that's cool. Oh yeah, think about Goma. I didn't really mention when they were fighting is you always want to grapple from behind Goma, especially on the like second to last one, so you actually land right in front of her. And if you do that, you'll be right in place for her eye, and you'll be able to grapple it before she can attack. Because once she starts attacking, it's actually kind of finicky to actually grapple her without getting attacked. She'll just like either bait you out with her claw or just hit you out of nowhere. And... So yeah, you want to land right in front of her.
Yeah.
Like this. That's a perfect example. And now, right in front of her.
Jim's just sitting on the pause screen, I
Oh,
guess.
Jim. Oh, Jim, please. Oh, Gymnast, he's right there. Yes, he did it! Gymnast got the hover! Okay, that's it.
Yay.
Fuck Jim
Yeah, that's-
for Gymnast! Fuck Jim!
Yes. The good thing is, yeah, you can jump slash onto the platform. You just gotta be careful not to touch it.
Because if you land on the ground from a zombie hover, you die in the very first frame, so...
Yep.
You just barely made that too.
I know. Gee. Hey, you should have done crazy strat. It's where you hover under, like past the bridges, and go up along the side, and you do jump slash recoil onto the one. That's what I used to do when I was bad at mashing. Sick.
Congrats to Eversity, who finishes third place with a 51-3. Congrats on that.
That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. Congrats to you. And now
Yeah.
I'm actually adding the final runner, which is the Taskmaster. So we have the final four finishing a battle
Hooray.
to death. Wait, that's Trog. I don't want Trog.
Joking
Trog,
ass.
Trog. I don't want Trog.
Again.
That's not what I wanted.
Oh no. Genius is gonna go for another zombie hover. I hope he gets. This one isn't as bad. The actual delivery bag cutscene skip zombie hover is actually pretty hard in terms of zombie hovers. Just because if you don't mash fast enough, it's really easy to miss it. And if you don't mash fast enough, you do what happened to Gymnast and you get stuck right along the railing. And you either hit the railing and die instantly or like jump slash onto it. So this one isn't as bad. You can just kind of zombie hover against the wall and be fine.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Oh my gosh. Jim just couldn't light the torch because he was crouched over because he was hurt. I didn't know that could happen.
Oh my god. Well, Jim finally got into the main room of DRC.
Alright, let's go Jim, hover! Mash faster!
Jim is our strong caboose.
Oh, that's like, okay. Oh yeah, he's past the one part he can really die. It's possible to die at the top, but that's really the scary part right there. Got past the lip. Aw, we're getting a cool soft lock, alright. There are a lot of places to soft lock in this game, by the way.
Yeah.
Storage kind of makes it very easy. You can talk to a sign with storage and a soft lock. You can... It's just... If you super swim into a cutscene, you can soft lock sometimes, most of the time. everything is just like soft locked.
Did you guys actually hear me drink right now?
No.
You gotta stay hydrated. I'm going. I have water.
Yeah, dude, I already drank all mine.
I gotta stay hydrated, man.
Congrats, Chris Midnight, on finishing in 54 minutes
there we
with
go.
his cat trying to sabotage him. So
Yeah,
his
that's
cat
man.
actually tried everything to make him lose, and it didn't work.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna see a fun Wind Waker soft lock.
I just realized, did Mid make his file name pause? Like the pause screen in Japanese?
Oh no, I didn't see.
He did.
Alright, and we have Devil entering the boss room. Aw, Taskmaster with the L slide, look at that. Showing off some swag. I dig it. It's actually a pretty good clip. You can do a little fun tidbit in the Wind Temple with an L slide clip called the HFuck clip, because in the game files, the actual hookshot target in the game is labeled as HFuck. So,
Great man.
it's a great clip.
Jimmy's actually caught up quite well.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he, when he does the tricks right, you know, like.
Yeah. It's also interesting he's doing this boss fight at night, which isn't seen a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, a whole lot of day-night cycle things are really odd with the actual Wind Waker route that you're not supposed to have happen. Like, for example, you see that it's nighttime right now, obviously, in Gymnast, but once he fights the boss, and he goes to, it shows, like, Valu on the top, like, screaming, it'll be daytime, but then when we get back outside, it'll be nighttime. Because the game is, the devs really didn't want you to be here. Well, it's not supposed to, you're not supposed to be able to leave until you beat. So, there's no chance for it to turn nighttime. Except in this round.
Yeah.
Speaking's hard, man.
So yeah, Jim got the grapple hook, so he's gonna go to the boss.
Well, he got an extra storage so he can skip Valu being yellow.
Yeah.
Alright, we have Devil beating Goma. So he's just about done. That's exciting. And Taskmaster just right behind him.
Yeah.
No, this is not lost. Alright, and there goes the Devil.
It's all down to Gymnast now.
Let's go, Jim. I'm surprised. This is a very unexpected turn of events. Jim is coming in, lagging behind. But I mean, zombie beavers do lose a lot of time because taking damage in this game really sucks.
Yeah.
The only thing that really does damage to you is Ganon, and even then. Or Mulgara. Mulgara does a ton of damage. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fat Pig. My bad. Yeah. Sorry, the real boss. Oh man, man. Oh, that's a good soft look. I am not disappointed. I actually haven't seen that before. That's hilarious. Oh man, Wind Waker.
Poor Link.
So shoutouts to all of the 7 runners who actually showed up for this one. I think it's a pretty cool idea to have an open sign-up race during our ZSR Marathon, and I'm pretty sure we can do this again in the future.
It's really cool.
At this point, I just want to make some advertisements for our community races. Every other week or every few weeks, we are inviting a Zelda community to do a community race on our stream, where you have open sign-ups, can sign up, and then join a community race. All skill levels are welcome. Keep an eye out for our Twitter, for our ZSR Twitter. We will announce them there, and that will be back after the marathon.
Yeah, races are such a great and important part of speedrunning, I think.
Also, quick note by Gymnast, he just said, guys, I think you're all cheating. I don't see how anyone could have possibly been faster than what I executed today.
Yes, I am surprised. I agree with Gymnast, to be quite honest.
Sadly, the Taskmaster forgot to finish, to do dot done, so he finished in 6th place, actually. And that's it!
Alright. Yeah, this was a really fun race. A lot of close things.
We are switching to Chris audio because Chris asked for it. So, yeah, guys. It's actually not Chris's audio. Oh, wait, Chris. Let's actually do it like that. Chris wants to get
there we go.
A little... Hey, Chris! That's Chris! Everyone, check out Chris!
It's so painful.
I can't wait for the question mark spam in chat.
Oh, this is so good. No, yeah, Wind Waker is a really fun game. There's actually a lot of categories that you can race with. We just need the people to do it. So if you're actually interested in running Wind Waker or doing anything Wind Waker related, you know, check out ZeldaSpeedRuns. Check out the Wind Waker Discord. Anyone's down to help. You know, more people means more races like this as well.
Yeah.
So, please, if you're interested, racing's a great way to get into it. So don't be scared.
So yeah, thank you, you two.